girl. Hey.
Hi.
Dear listeners, we would like to apologize yet again as we Mims and Maim here had Debbie run through. We lost some air conditioning. Maim had a thing. Mims had a thing.
I mean, we both had the same thing. We lost air conditioning.
Well, yeah, there was also another thing that we had, like you
Was
had,
there?
you had a something. Yeah, I thought so. On a Sunday or a Saturday.
I don't know, y'all. Well, last week we really did. We legitimately, terribly did not have air conditioning, either one of us, and we're in the South, so y'all already know we would have been some sticky, sweaty bitches up in here.
And just like that picture I showed Maim.
I had already forgotten it, and then you brought it back.
Girl, just next time you see them, just remember when you get a hug.
No.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that candy came out and people used to call me that instead of, because it was like the chocolate and the...
What are you talking about?
Hershey Hugs? You don't remember that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, girl, I had forgotten Hershey Hugs because they're not good.
No, I just remembered, like, when you said hugs, I was like, oh yeah, I remember when they used to call me a hug. I was like, now I think, hindsight, I feel like there was a slight racial slur.
It was because they were.
I don't think it was an ill-intentioned racial slur, because they weren't thinking like that, but they were like, oh, that's a good way of describing you.
Well, like, girl, do they also call you an Oreo?
Oh yeah,
because that is a racial slur.
Oh yeah. Well, in the 80s and 90s, we didn't realize that was a racial slur.
Girl. Aside. I was listening to 102.9, easy listening in the Charlotte area. 102.9, the Link, I believe it is now. That's where we used to listen to Delilah. Anyway, I was listening to it, and there was some Fleetwood Mac on there, and some like 80s. I think it was Time After Time came on. And girl, then some 90s music came on. I was like, oh no, like some O-Town and Boys to Men and stuff.
No,
I'm like, oh no, we are old.
Not during Delilah. No.
Oh no. This wasn't Delilah. It wasn't late enough for Delilah. It was not late enough for Delilah. It was not late enough for Delilah. I don't even know.
Literally, if I heard somebody on there crying about their dead father and Delilah's like, here's O-Town, I would lose my mind.
But I want it all or nothing at all. I mean, that's what.
I'd be like, no!
I just lost my father. Booty, 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 booty. Dear listeners,
if you guys don't listen to Delilah, it's because Delilah, she will hear the saddest stories and play the completely mismatched song to go along with it. It's the best thing and worst thing at the same time.
Is she still around?
I'm sure she is. She wasn't like that old before.
She's 64.
Yeah.
Delilah Raleigh. Let's see if she comes on here.
I mean, she's like
station. Listen now. Allow. So there's none here. There's one in Greensboro. Which one in Greensboro? 99.5 mix. 99. Yes, you can listen from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's associated with iHeartRadio.
I'm see where she's at in mine. Her production company is called Big Shoes. Big Shoes Productions.
Girl, there she is. She is easy 93.1.
That's right, out of Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Girl, you gonna listen tonight? You gonna listen to some Delilah?
I might put on a little bit of Delilah. There was a great. Did you ever see the TikTok with the Delilah thing?
No.
I gotta find that for you. This dude did like a. Oh wait, I should be able. I think I saved it in TikTok. I did. I did. I'll just send it over to you just so you have it.
Oh, right
You don't have
now,
to
or
watch
do
it.
you want me to watch it now, or do you want me to wait?
No. You can
Okay, I'll
watch
wait.
it.
I'll wait. I will savor. I will savor it. Like. Do you remember Chicken Tonight? The jar of stuff you threw over some fried chicken.
Oh yes, I do. Yes,
It was good.
I actually like chicken tonight.
I did too. I did too.
Like I was. You know, it's still a thing in Europe.
That doesn't surprise me, girl. You know what else I liked? Hamburger helper or tuna noodle helper. I love that stuff. The cold tuna noodle helper that was like you just add mayonnaise and tuna and make the hamburger helper and throw it. Oh, girl.
I'm not even gonna try to pretend that I don't love hamburger helpers still on a certain kind of day. Like if it hits me the right way and I'm walking through that aisle and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want some hamburger helper.
Girl.
Yeah.
So I always liked hamburger helper till one of my friends made me his souped up hamburger helper.
Okay.
Which involved, I don't know if it was 2 or 4 sticks of butter.
Okay.
But that's all it was 2 or 4 sticks of butter.
I mean, that's the thing. Like that's all it needs. It's just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit extra.
That 3 that's getting to Paula Deen territory there. Girl, I was very excited the other day when I found out that our local Medieval Times in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, has a whole new show ready for us.
I like that you said our local and like in the Raleigh area.
Myrtle Beach. So, girl, that's where you should go. That is where you need to make your northern southern debut in Myrtle Beach. We could go to Time Out in Myrtle Beach. Have you ever gone there?
No.
Me either, but it's a shithole. So let's go. No, I don't mean that. It's actually not. I don't even know if it's still there, but it was.
It's like a gay bar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like what happened if Flex and Legends had a baby.
Oh wait, I remember hearing about that place.
Yeah.
But in my original relationship, that would have never even happened.
I know. Oh, girl, I know. I know. Girl, speaking of original relationships, did you know we have Patreon?
No.
That's right, Maim. If you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Excuse me, that was a burp. Did you know we have another now? Did you know we have another podcast? See, if Joe Biden just made his stutter funny, I think we could have gone.
I know. It could have been different, right? We could have taken that show on the road.
To play
You're ready, Joe. You're ready. You got the timing, Joe. You're ready, buddy. You're ready.
God. Anyway, we have another podcast. That's right, dear listeners. We have, which one's this? We have Baking Sugar, our Deciding Women podcast. And I would like to speak to our other podcast now.
The other podcast? What are you saying?
I know. So, dear listeners, we understand that it's been a while since we've done anything with other podcasts. We're figuring that out.
It's been a while.
What we're going to do is we think that we're going to meet on a day that we've already said we're going to meet, but haven't actually done it yet. And we're hoping to actually get that started. Soon.
Black Eyed Peas.
Soon. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Anyway, oh God, Fergie Ferg. Remember that time she peed on herself? Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, we're getting our shit together. Hey, babe. Did you know we have merchandise? That's right. If you go to bimsame.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love?
You love a good 5-star review.
I love a good 5-star review. It really helps. It really helps lift my breasts.
You raise me up so I can climb a mountain. You raise me up so I
Could you do that? Could you do that? One more time for me? Could you sing that one more time? Could you sing that one more time, please?
You raise me up so
This is season 4, episode 17. A very good year for murder. Dear listeners, I apologize. I did a private site gag for Maim, and I have. She's having a moment. She's literally laying down. Fabrics are getting ready to fall. I'm sorry, it's interfacing. Interfacing's getting ready to fall on her because she's flailing so much. Are you there? Are you there, Maim? Are you there? It's me, Margaret. It's me, Margaret. Are you there, Maim? Dear listeners, it's not often that she actually starts crying but what I did actually caused her to cry.
God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh, that's so good.
Just it was slowly raising up there as you were singing. Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back, dear listeners.
We're back.
We apologize. I don't apologize for anything. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Ready?
I'm ready. Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So we're in a vineyard.
Hello, vineyard.
It's the family Gambini vineyard.
Oh, the Gambini. We're gonna move our arms a lot.
Yeah, we meet Marco
Polo.
and JB's there, and they're talking and they're walking with some horses, and the credits are rolling, and we see Billy Zane's in this episode of all people.
Wow, not William Zane. Huh?
One William Zane. That is correct.
Wow. Come on, Billy. Hi, Billy.
And we find out it is the owner's grandpa, who we learn his name is Salvatore's, birthday party.
Oh, okay. Salvatore.
So we're at the house now, and Paul comes running out. And the first time I watched this, I really didn't pay attention because I think I was getting very drunk. The second time through this, him with his little things unzipped with that little chest hair right there, he's a very attractive young lad. Young lad. And the fact he's a football player that's, too small to be a football player, even in the 80s. It's and
Maybe he's the kicker.
No. He's like I think they say he's a linebacker.
I don't know what any of those things are.
The huge ones.
Oh, he could not be a linebacker.
No, maybe he's a quarterback. Anyway, he's supposedly very good and plays for one of the teams.
Oh, one of the teams.
Yeah, I mean,
one of those teams,
Later on in the episode, JB says she doesn't know much about football, and it's very clear the writer of this episode didn't either.
They knew about as much as we did, so it was probably homosexual.
So Billy Zane's here in a little sports car. And his name is Tony.
Oh, I miss them. They made good R&B music. They really did.
I don't, what name of song? I don't.
It feels good. Yeah. It feels good to know that you were by my side. They did all sorts of I probably heard more of them than you probably did doing church stuff and all of that, like family activities. They were big family reunion kind of music. Used to
Oh,
be a lot
gotcha,
of their
gotcha,
music at
gotcha,
family
gotcha, gotcha,
reunions.
gotcha, gotcha. Look, if it was, I never tell you the story, and I'm sure I have, but I'm going to repeat it because that's what I do. The story of the wedding I went to in Pennsylvania, in Philly, we were up on top of the hill, and there was it was a white wedding, with a bunch of, it was an Italian white wedding, I should clarify. And down at the bottom of the hill, there was a group of African Americans who were having a family reunion.
Okay.
They were playing Beyonce,
Mhm.
like Crazy in Love. It was a little loud, but you know, it's a huge public park. This venue, which was an old stop on the Underground Railroad,
Okay.
just happens to be on the top of the hill, looking out over this beautiful park. Okay, so they were like, "Well, this is way too loud. This is way too loud." It was not too loud. Like, it was loud, but it was not too loud. You could hear the ceremony and everything.
Yeah.
So that the dad decides to go down and tell this family to please turn down the music. I'm sure that he did not do it very nicely because he's from New Jersey, and went down. And this is in Philly now. Keep in mind, this is in Philly. So this is goes down at the bottom of this hill and tells them exactly what he thinks and to turn down the music. Comes back up, and girl, the nastiest rap music starts playing and is blaring so loud that you cannot hear any of the ceremony. And I am just holding back cackling. Like, it went from Beyonce to N-word, 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 fuck. Just over again. I was like, this is great, and I want to see the video, please.
Oh my gosh.
The minister was a 45-year-old black woman, and I think she was holding it in as well as this was happening, because the look in her eye was like, this is hilarious.
I love that.
I do too.
I love that so much.
Well, we're inside, and this woman who is apparently a sister or something, we find out later on, named Stella. That John from Tahoe called for Tony. And John from Tahoe knows a lot about horses. And Tony got the sports car he'd been driving from the craps table, and he goes in there, and Paul's like, yeah, Tony, gambling problem.
Wow.
So Paul leaves JB, but overhears Tony get threatened over the phone. That's right, Billy Zane getting threatened.
Don't promise me a good time.
Well, Salvatore and JB talk. And you may know Salvatore from that movie, the one with Jack Black and Cameron Diaz and Jude Law. It's a Christmas movie. Cameron Diaz goes to,
oh yeah,
he's the old man that what's her, it's not oh god, what's her name, the only one of the cast I can't remember.
I don't remember. I remember that was a movie. I forgot that they even did that movie together.
The Holiday is the name of the movie.
Oh. And
it is, what is her name? Kate Winslet. Thank you. I was like, I know she got an Emmy recently. And he was the old man that Kate Winslet helps get inducted into the Actors Hall of whatever. It's a very cute movie. I highly suggest it.
Okay. And it's just like a Christmas movie?
Yeah. It's a Christmas romance, but you don't like romance movies that much.
I mean, I'll watch them occasionally.
It's Jack Black being kind of endearing.
Well, ever since the thing that happened, sure, I'll give him a little bit of support.
No need to talk about that. I still want listeners, girl. I still want listeners.
Yeah.
So where am I at here? So it's later on. And we find out JB's talking to Stella. And we find out that people are wanting to buy this property. People are wanting to buy this vineyard, this winery. He keeps saying it's a winery, but it's also a vineyard. Like, a winery is just where you make the wine. A vineyard's where you grow the wine. It is a distinct difference, but people are like, he never goes down to the winery. No, he never goes down to the vineyard. The winery's whatever. Whatever, never amen.
You say tomato and I say tomato. You say vinery and I say vineyard.
We find out that Marco's wife, who is only, her name is mentioned once in this entire episode, Fiona, I believe it is, wants the easy life. So Stella thinks that they're going to sell the moment that this is all over, right? Like, eventually they're just going to be like, fuck this noise, take this property, let's move out to the big city. Goodbye, country life. Green Acres, we aren't there anymore. No, we're not doing. We are not doing that show. We are not doing that show. There, the misses are far more than the hits with that one, girl. The misses are far more than the hits.
Maybe we'll do Petticoat Junction instead.
That's even worse. By God, how about Gidget? Let's really. The Flying Nun. What other trash show? Actually, Gidget's hitting trash. What?
The Flying Nun isn't trash.
Have you watched as an adult?
No.
Okay.
But
don't.
Still. Fine.
There we go.
Fine.
So Michelle, who is Paul and Tony's sister, is here with her new beau, Ben.
Fancy.
So we're upstairs. Like this episode, dear listeners, goes back and forth a lot and has a lot of pages. God, 4 more pages. Has a lot of pages. So it's because there's a lot of going back and forth and a lot of plot, but it's all in it's like Company. It's one set, just back and forth on this one set.
The vineyard.
We don't go to the vineyard again, girl. We don't go. Well, okay, so we go to the police office and to the hospital way later on. There's only 2 places outside of this house. Well, Marco and his wife are upstairs talking about Michelle and how she's such a slut.
Which I wasn't the best with because, I mean, let her do what she got to do. Because we all know Billy Zane is too, but you don't hear them talking junk about him.
Speaking of eyeliner, does it not really, do you not want to meet the homo that JD Vance really pissed off to put that eyeliner on him every single time?
Maybe she's born with it, girl.
Girl, that's CoverGirl. That is. We know Maybelline looks a lot better than that. Actually, CoverGirl looks better than that. That is probably. Go on.
I think it's physician's formula.
But no, it's really just why the under eye. That's the part I understand. The over eye I can get okay. First question, why that dark of black brown? Second question, why the under eye too? Like, why is he going full 80s, 90s raccoon out there? I don't understand.
Because someone convinced him he should.
I want to give that homo gay $5.
Or he's done that always, and we just never really paid attention because we didn't have that kind of view of him all the time.
That's a good question. I'm going to look at a picture from the Senate campaign right now. Nope, he didn't.
Okay, so this is new. Okay, honey. This is the All-Stars treatment. He got the All-Stars glow up.
Girl, the All-Stars glow up is so I now know why they did it. His eyes are squinty without it. So they put on eyeliner to make him look bigger, but like, yeah, look at that, girl. Look, that is, what faggot did he piss off? Excuse my language, but what? All of them. The answer's all of them. Project 2025, all of them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Woo, Penny.
What?
Nothing.
So it's a little bit later on at dinner. This is where we find out the sister's name's Stella. Mm-hmm. And Tony and Paul are arguing at the dinner. Marco gets up and does a toast to his grandfather. And Salvatore does a toast as well to everybody, like, and I hope you have all done very well. Thank you,
Mr. Salvatore. Thank you.
Oh, God.
I was just watching that on Thursday, so that's why.
So if she was still alive, that's probably who I would pick to be. If Ms. Brahms was still alive, that is who.
Like I wish so much now that Molly Sugden had just been like a little bit younger, so that she could have then done like the gritty TV show that like all the aging British actresses do now when they get past a certain age. Like I would have loved to have seen her play some kind of gritty old like detective lady or something like that.
I don't think she would. She was too.
They've all done it,
but she's too silly. Like Molly Sugden, it was too silly.
No, have you ever? I mean, you've watched Hyacinth's detective show. She was not silly in that show.
That's true. That's true.
She transitioned really well.
But the difference is, I think the difference. I think Molly Sugden was a comedian. Like I think she was. Like of the.
I would just love to see
Hyacinth was an actress, not a comedian. There's a difference.
I could see her easily being like a freaking like a gang, like a mother of a gang or something like that. Oh,
girl, just her as the final Ms. Marple. Just
don't play with my emotions like that. Oh!
Actually, girl, what we need to do is we need to get the scripts, and we just need to put you in all of them as Marples.
I would love it.
I know.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this or not. It left such an impression when she came to the WNC studios for an interview, because the Are You Being Served became such a huge hit there that like they actually brought her in during one of the telethons or whatever they had, and she was so elegant and stately. I was just like, she's everything I wanted her to be. Like I was so happy because like this was years after the show, and it was so funny because she seemed absolutely still stunned that like it was becoming so popular in America.
It was decades after the show.
That's what I mean. Like it was like
not
20
just years. It was 20 years after the show. Yeah.
Yeah. And she genuinely was like so surprised because apparently it wasn't just us. It was all over the country.
Yeah.
Like all the PBSs, that was like their biggest thing for a while. I just think it was so great. She wore this blue like brocaded outfit. It left such an impression on me. I'm so gay.
So, girl, speaking of, just aside, dear listeners, one of my coworkers just got told that they were dressing inappropriately for work. They aren't.
Shut up.
They aren't. They aren't. That's the thing. So she decided. She decided to only wear caftans to work now. She's like, I'm doing my Ms. Roper realness and just coming in caftans every day. They can't say anything about it. It meets all the criteria.
Tell her if she runs out and she needs some more commission, you know what? You got to hook up.
Girl, she has bought so many $5 polyester ones from Amazon. She's like, I went on there and I think I may have bought Amazon out of $5 polyester.
Well, if she runs out, she can always go to Ross too. They have a good amount of caftans.
Oh, so does Roses, girl. We still got Roses.
We're gonna have to go to Roses when I come up there, just to go in, just to like go in.
I don't know if there's one near like that part of town. Like, I don't know if there's one near Statesville, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure.
Gucci, I mean, I can come up to where you are. It's not like I won't be seeing my other sibling.
I know she didn't make that plural. So it's the next day.
That wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional. That was, what do you call it? Freudian slip.
Uh-huh. So Tony wakes up Salvatore. He's like, hey, I have to go to Tahoe because and I'll be back just in time. I've rented a plane. I'll be back just in time for your birthday party. He's like, fine, but go downstairs, Tony. I need 3 bottles of the 68 Bordeaux, which is insane because this man likes Italian wine, whatever. But I need you to decant them. They're very special. They're for JB. Go downstairs, get some. He brings out this ancient ass key. Hands it to Tony. Tony's like, yeah, I'll do it. Tony goes to this door, and apparently this ancient ass key fits into a lock that's much smaller than the key. Whatever. He opens up the door. He starts walking down the stairs. Oh no, the stairs broken, and Tony falls. But he's fine.
Oh no.
He's fine. He just busted up his head a little bit. He's okay.
You got an itch, girl. Come on now. Don't mess with them tracks. Oh
God, that hurt. Sorry, I do have an itch now that I've smacked myself upside the head. Oh, Lord. So I would like to talk about Kenny Davenport's comedy this past week.
Yes.
Was it your favorite? That's all I need to know.
Her jokes weren't my favorite. Her characterizations, though, were my favorite.
For a reading challenge, was hers the best? Could you understand what Uncle Kennedy was saying half the time?
I could, but that's because I have lots of Uncle Kennedys in my family. So
even when she was laughing.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I could understand everything Kennedy was saying, so it was very funny to me. But like, in terms of clear distinction, no. Like, I could see other people would not.
Was it better than Lemon?
I would say in terms of reading, no.
Okay.
But
oh, I was laughing harder at Kennedy. Don't get me wrong. When that wig fell back, I was.
Well, I think that's the thing, right? Like, I think it's because Lemon was so like stiff the whole time. You know, I think that's the thing that did her in. It was like she didn't actually seem like she was having fun, right? She seemed very like how Lemon can be sometimes, which is too put together. That I think that's kind of like part of what did it, is that she was just.
You know what the gaggiest thing of the season has been? Of Canada versus the World. The gaggiest thing of Canada versus the World.
That we still don't like Fergalicious?
That Lemon could fit into that cat suit. So that is the read that should have happened.
Oh my God.
Right there. Fergalicious, I wrote you a joke right there.
Yeah. Well, I think once again, right? Fergalicious, man, she got really
Fierce-alicious.
Like
Fierce-alicious, not Fergalicious. Fierce-alicious.
I'm gonna call her Fergalicious from now until ever, just so you know. She got so rattled, like it was like visibly in her voice. Like I was like, girl, like really? This is what's rattling you? Like
I don't know if she's ever been in a reading thing. Like I don't know if.
Did she not make it to the reading round in their season, I guess? Maybe she didn't. I don't know. I'm excited about next week's episode.
I just got a text from a random Russian woman about, are you free?
Ooh.
I'll wait for you at the cafe.
Oh.
Girl, I'm sorry. I got to go to the cafe.
Oh my God. Have fun.
I will, girl. I will.
What did they sell at the Russian cafe?
Secrets.
Vodka?
Moose and squirrel.
Aww.
And Carrie Russell. So
oh gosh, I gotta watch that show sometime. I don't know why I never watched it, but
The Americans, we made it through 2 seasons, I believe. It was good. Like, I don't know why we stopped. My husband's seen it all. That's probably why we stopped. That he's seen all, and like it's very like it is very good.
No, it looks. I don't know why I never started it, because it's like my kind of show. It's like espionage and spy stuff.
We're currently watching Elementary right now, which it's so fun. It's there. I am like Lucy Liu is either in it to win it or absent. Yes. I love the fact in this she's actually in it and like works well with him, right? Like it is. I love a good Lucy Liu.
I like the way you described it. She's either in it or she's not.
And like it is, and I not in it, just like completely. Yeah. Like
no, when Elementary was on, I mean, obviously, you know my thing about Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Like I was obsessed with the show. So I even bought like the DVD sets of it, like before it was streaming on things. That's how much I was like, I want it. I need it. I need all Sherlock Holmes things, all of them.
So JB goes downstairs and looks at the old step, and it's been sawed through, girl. This was a mad attempt.
Not a murder.
So Tony's like pushed everybody off, and he's run outside, and he's like, look, if I don't get to Tahoe right now, we don't exactly know where we are. I think we're in California. If I don't get Tahoe right now, it's going to be bad for me, if you catch my drift.
You know, the Betty White used to say the exact same thing before she started knocking heads. She's like, Alan, you better get me to Tahoe.
God.
I'm tired of doing what's my line.
God damn. So it's a party, girl. We're at a party now.
Party!
And JB and Ben are talking, and we found out he's from Moline.
Oh, Moline, honey.
That's if you did not know, that is where John Deere Tractors is based.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Moline. She talks to him about he's writing a book. He spent some time in California recently with some gold mine stuff, or at least that's the line later. He doesn't actually say that. He just says he did some research, whatever. And he does not know the name of a famous author.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
JB then meets Thaddeus Kyle, which is a name.
It is.
He's the police chief he's got some other people there. He suggests that this is greed from one of the kids committing the murder.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And at the end of the night, JB sees Michelle and Ben fighting.
Escándalo.
Escándalo. Escándalo, girl. Escándalo.
Escándalo.
You know, I think I know who I want to play JB Fletcher.
Okay.
I want, and they're not old enough. I'm going to throw this out there. They're not old enough. They are a drag queen.
Okay.
I want Bendela Creme to play JB Fletcher.
I could see that.
Like as long as she's wearing like, you know, normal heel height, not drag queen heel height, she's not a tall man. So she wouldn't.
I thought you were gonna say Pandora box. Sorry. For some reason, I genuinely thought that was the words that were gonna come out of your mouth.
That's believable.
I could just I don't know why.
She paints fish now.
Does she?
Yeah, she paints fish and sells them on like Etsy. I kid you not. This is the thing she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's the next morning?
Huh.
And they're going down to the wine cellar to get some wine, and Ben's dead.
Oh, jeez. Oh no.
We hardly knew him or cared about him. Or...
You were it was very, very quick. Very quick.
Yeah. So JB talks to Michelle. We find out that Michelle's known him for about 8-ish weeks. He just came to the firm that she works at to be a copy editor or something. And that's,
okay.
She really just brought him to, annoy her granddad, it seems like. Yeah. The police detective's here. He says he's been dead about 8 hours. And it was poison. Poison.
What?
Poisson, yes. Which in German,
fish?
What?
Poisson, fish.
Poisson.
It's fish.
Poisson. Yes. And we find out there's only one way into the wine cellar, and that's horrible key that doesn't actually fit the lock. So I'm just assuming it's always unlocked.
So weird.
It is.
Very weird.
It is. Like, that key is like a Dungeons and Dragons comedy thing, right? Like, you picture, like, oh, God. Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I recently thought I would like to watch 2 movies. Do you know what 2 movies I recently thought I'd like to watch? They're both from my youth. And I don't know if you watched them in youth.
Let's see. Labyrinth.
No, I watched that one very recently. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. Go ahead.
Flight of the Navigator.
You're close with the second one. You're close with the second.
Space Camp.
Explorers.
Okay.
Which is the River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke one.
Yes.
And then The Last Starfighter.
We used to watch that movie.
That movie's so freaking good. And now we die. Yeah.
I have not watched. It's been at least 30 years since I've seen that movie.
Controversial, brave opinion. Very controversial, brave opinion. It's better than any Star Wars after the first 3.
Oh, jeez, Louise!
Like you got the first 3, the 3 original one where everybody was doing cocaine, and then Last Starfighter. It may even parts of it are better than the original ones because they don't drag as much.
That is very, very controversial. Very. I hope we don't lose all of our listeners. Sorry. I hope we don't lose all of our listener.
There you go. Thank you. Like, girl, make it singular. And
I keep getting my S's misplaced.
That's right. You have more than one sibling, and we have less than one listener. So oh God. So we're in Ben's room, and they're looking for some things, and they find out that 9 weeks ago he has a receipt for gas in Long Island City.
Long Island City.
Long Island City. I don't know what he was doing in Long Island City, New York, New York.
That's your audience. That's the hotland. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Oh my God. Girl, have I told you how much I
do?
Let me, before we keep going, have I told you just how much I'm into The Wrong movies? The Vivica A. Fox, The Wrong movies. They are.
I'm very excited because, you said you'd tell me when to start watching them. So, You said they were on Tubi, right? You said
Tubi or YouTube.
Okay.
They're on the YouTube Lifetime channel. So of course there's still commercials, but like the one I just watched was not good. Like it wasn't even good in a funny way. It was just not good. But it was only a buck 27, an hour, 27 minutes. So, you know, while you're doing something else and you just want to see Vivica A. Fox make a bunch of faces at people, it's pretty good.
I mean, everything that you say to me about that woman sounds like this might be her
I want you to go ahead and watch The Wrong Cruise.
The Wrong Cruise.
The Wrong Cruise. And see if you like the flavor of it. Okay. Just see if the taste is something you're enjoying.
Got it. The Wrong Cruise.
Okay. And if you could let me know by Wednesday or by the end of the week if the taste is something you're enjoying. Okay.
Okay.
Because this could be a new podcast called The Wrong Drag Queens. It just could be.
I mean, but also, yeah, that's us.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
So JB's walking around the property and like looking to see if there's any way people can get in. And Salvatore comes up to him and talks, and JB's like, his death just doesn't add up, right? Like there's something amiss with this. Well, Tony's here and shows up, and he apologizes. He missed Granddad's birthday. Marco loses at him. Fiona comes up and delivers the most important line. Jessica, telephone, Chief Kyle. I just heard
and the Emmy for guest appearance in a evening drama goes to.
You could tell this is the point that people are really falling asleep during this episode. That the knitters, they are gone. She knew her delivery was not meant to wake them up. It was meant to.
Charlotte Ray sitting there in the audience, so mad for her guest appearance on Love Boat. And she just like, damn it.
God. Well, we find out the killer's name is actually Benito Soriano.
Benito!
And he's a hired killer.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like little red boys. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. God, Lord. I assume that down there, they're probably all real buff and real expensive, is what I'm guessing.
I'm probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess probably so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
I'm so sorry.
Well, Chief Kyle brings Michelle in, and we find out that he just joined the agency and like didn't try to pick her for any kind of knowledge or anything. He did make the first move with her though.
Oh, okay.
And JB's like, I think the target is Salvatore because there's a conglomerate that she lists some sort of weird ass name that's trying to buy the winery vineyard thing.
Interesting.
So we're back at the house now, girl. And a creepy man shows up. We find out his name is Stephen Rigsby, and he's there to see Paul. Well, Paul and he go on a little drive together. And then we fade over to Salvatore's office. where we find out that Tony wrote a 50,000 ruble doll hair check.
Oh my gosh.
That is going to bounce to pay off his debts. Marco loses shit. Salvatore kicks him out and signs a check immediately over Tony. It's like, hey, my dude, I got you. Just remember this. Remember the things I do for you.
He's a good grandfather.
He is a good grandpa. So Steve and JB meet, and then Salvatore calls JB in to talk, and he's like, look, you're prying too much, girl. Get the fuck off my property.
Whoa.
This is, as Mary J. Blige says, a family affair, and we do not need this up in the dancery.
Not up in the dancery. It's not allowed.
The dancery. This is, in fact, hateration.
And no toleration.
No toleration. So, upstairs, JB hears rustling, and she opens up a door to see Steve in a bedroom with his... Girl, did it not look like just that scene that she had walked in on Steve and Paul having the sex?
It did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
So Paul comes out of the room. He's like, no, it's not like that. My pants are still on. I'm maybe wearing a jock strap, whatever. But I need to talk to you and explain what this is. Anyway, we find out that Steve is an investigator for the NFL. Apparently there's been some sports gambling, and that brings in some nefarious types.
Not nefarious.
From the Eastern Syndicate. like we're in China or Japan or something. Like, what? Whatever.
Times.
We're gonna let this go and move on with our lives. Let it go. Let it go. And Paul says, I don't...
Give me a third now too, by the way.
Did
you hear that?
Yep. Yeah, I know. So Paul's like, I don't know why they would try to kill me here when I'm always out in the open. And JB figures it out and goes downstairs, talks to Salvatore. We find out that JB's like, she proposes that the hired killer was after Salvatore. And so she's like, that you found out who he was, and then Salvatore killed him. And she said, "What? I knew when you called him New York Bum. How long did you know for?" And he's like, "Well, my little daughter or granddaughter was seeing a man, so I did a background check, and I was going to let him kill me, you see, but I brought him down here to taste the wine, and he didn't even know what it was, and so I offed him, and like I'm going to die soon, and here's a letter explaining it all, and yeah,
wow.
Bye." And Salvatore falls over, because he's poisoned himself. Poisson.
Stop
He's poisoned himself just over the head with a big fish.
He poisoned himself. Oh no!
So it's later at the hospital. Fiona's like, no, we're gonna keep the winery, haha. And we find out that Sal will survive. So she talks to Officer Kyle and is like, hey, my memory of his confession is slowly going away. What if you don't prosecute?
What?
No chance. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you like this episode?
It was interesting. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
The character actors were eating that scenery up a bit. So I always love a good one like that.
Billy Zane was the best actor, right? Like Billy Zane and Stella were the best too. Oh, and Salvatore.
Billy Zane was definitely like taking this serious. You could tell that he was a young, hungry actor.
Yeah.
And like no role he was going to take for granted.
My only issue with I like this episode. My only issue was the end. Because we know in everything that JB's ever done, her morals are unbreakable. She would always, like, I know he's gonna die soon, but
yeah, but Jessica's kind of in the zone now lately because she's kind of like,
I mean, she sent Gomez to Fry.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Gomez. Come on.
That's true. Well, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Sure. Hi, friends. This is Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can actually find me 2 places every week now in Miami Beach. So if you come down to visit, I host karaoke at a new place called The Gathering. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me. And then Killy Rydell is still on Thursday, so The Gathering is on Mondays. Other stuff like Black Market and all that, you can find out about at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all, I'm Divine Mims. You can find me online at TheDivineMims.com. Say TheDivineMims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have Patreon?
What?
That's right, dear listeners. You can send some money at Mims, Patreon.com. Mims Maim. Lord have mercy. Let me start focusing. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. It's called Baking Sugar. It's our Designing Women podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have merchandise?
No.
You can go to mimsame.com and buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You love a good 5-star review.
I do. Dear listeners, we would love to have them. Send them our way. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know our dear listeners can reach out to us?
What?
That's right. They can send us an email at mimsmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add?
No. Have a good week, everybody.
Then why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.